I was gonna say that I have looked into buying Manscaped, and I'm going to proceed with my purchase tonight.
Oh, you have to do a review on the podcast.
I'll do a Manscaped review. Hopefully,
Nice.
next week.
Because I've
I'm
legitimately
so
thought about
excited.
doing it.
I'm excited for
Hopefully
that.
next week.
There are certain things that I need you to test out. Certain places.
Listen, I'm probably going to buy the cheapest version possible. So
Yeah, but I mean, the cheapest version is the version. They only sell one device, and it's just.
But they got the crop trimmer 2.0.
Isn't that just the one that they sell?
I don't know.
This is a weird ad.
We're not sponsored by Manscaped, but
use
we'd like
promo
to.
code. Insert promo code from other YouTuber at Manscaped.
Hello and welcome to the SlapDuck podcast. I'm your host, George Gessie. And in the room with the guitar
Is Luca.
And on the room with the painting on the right-hand side of the screen. Oh, that's really rough because that's Luca as well. Who's the other one?
Sully Iqbal, aka proud owner of this Emil Heskey toy that's I've owned since 2007.
Wow.
Why is the body so small?
It was like those football things where you can flick them.
Oh, like a go-go.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my God, go-go. I haven't used that word in so long.
I honestly don't even know what you're talking about.
You don't know what go-go is?
No, I don't know what go-go is.
Oh my God, hang on, let me
But
link
before
this
you
to you.
slam me about not knowing a go-go, where can they find us?
They can, they can find us on iTunes and Spotify, anywhere where you can find good podcasting services. You can email us at slapduckpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Or slapduck@gmail.com.
SlapDuck podcast.
He's just holding up the business card.
I love that he's like, what is our email account again? Let me check the business card that I printed out.
I have like 100 of these.
You can find us on slapduck.com, where we will always upload the latest episodes. And also, you can find us on...
Radio Haver.
That's the one. Oh my God, I completely forgot that
At
for a
6
sec.
p.m. every Tuesday, UK
Yeah.
time.
That's the one.
Raver.
That's the one. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like, for introductions. You know.
All right.
Guys, what's today's episode gonna be based on?
Today's episode is going to be based on, obviously with everything going on in the world, and after what we spoke about last week, there have been some updates, but I think we're not going to really talk about the news aspect of it. We're going to talk about our favorite black creators. I think creators is the best way to put it, because it's across the board: music, film, YouTube, TikTok, books.
Yeah, actually, I think creators was probably a good way to say it, because before this we were saying artists, and then I think we all went specifically, oh shit, I don't know any artists. But then it's like, no, but we know lots of directors and musicians and stuff. So it's, I guess creators in general is a really good way of putting it.
Yes.
But yeah, is there any specific media we want to start with to kick this chat off?
I guess, why don't we go with like, I mean, I can get out of the way some of the shorter ones that I have.
Go for it.
And then we can have a wider discussion, because the ones that I kind of know a little bit more of, and then, I mean, we can each jump. So like,
yeah, mate.
For me, I've got like authors, which again is like way too short and it should be longer. Which is, I hope this podcast, people will email us or people will contact us on social media and be like, oh, you can listen to this person or read this person's stuff.
Actually, yeah, I just want to say, like, if you're listening to this and you haven't really like messaged him before, please, actually, for just this once, do send in your favorite like black content creators or person of color content creators, no matter what it is, just so that we can have a look at them and speak about them and get the word out. Because, I mean, with everything that's going on, that's the perfect way of doing it, is sharing what you love.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the more the merrier, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Because we're going to share the ones that we love today. So please, if you have ones that we haven't even mentioned, please do send them in to either any of our social media things or to slapduckpodcast@gmail.com. You can also just jump on slapduck.com and use the contact page on there.
Ooh, baby. So I'm going to read 3 of my favorite authors. Again, Richard Ayoade, he's more than just an author. He's like, I don't even know. He's like an auteur because he does everything.
Yeah, he's like comedian, film director, writer.
Yeah,
but like even like he did a book about white chicks recently.
Did he? I know.
Yeah.
I know he did a book about.
Was it a book about white chicks?
He did a book about. Oh God, like this really niche, terrible film about being on a plane, and I listened to it, and it was the funniest thing ever. I'm pretty sure it was a Sandra Bullock movie, where she's trying to become a air hostess, and it was hilarious. I think it's Up on Top. No, it's Gwyneth Paltrow.
Okay,
it was the funniest thing. And even I read his autobiography, which is an autobiography of an interview of him interviewing himself.
Yeah,
it is
that's so
best.
good.
That's great.
Okay, so no, he didn't do a book on white chicks. It was just when he was on 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, he brought the movie White Chicks as his kind of. They always bring in like mementos or something.
Yeah,
and it's always like a comedy thing. But throughout, he was just basically talking about white chicks, and it was so fucking funny. That guy, there's something I've loved him since the IT Crowd, which I guess most people found him on the IT Crowd, and just from there he's just gone from strength to strength.
He's amazing,
so good.
And then we've got Achebe, who he's a Nigerian author. I did just say Achebe because I can't pronounce his first name and I don't want to butcher it. I think actually I'll try it. It's Chinua Achebe. He's written loads of books, but his main ones are the trilogy of books set in Africa, sort of around colonialization and pre-colonization. There's a book called Things Fall Apart, which personally is probably one of the best books ever written. It's about, I think it's oh God, don't remember how to pronounce it, but it's about like a type of village in Africa pre-colonization, and it's about when the colonists come. And it's about an African, sort of the leader of the tribe or village. And it shows the effects of colonization on that man as an individual and the tribe as a whole. And it's just perfect. I wrote a couple of papers about it in A-levels. They're not really papers. And then obviously, I can't list off a black author without talking about Malorie Blackman, who I think she became the... she became I think she was the first laureate for the UK. So like the first, like, it's like a royal position of like an author. It's a big thing, and I think she was the first one, which is amazing.
Okay.
And also she wrote Noughts and Crosses, that whole series, which is now a BBC show.
I think it was being adapted. I don't know if it's BBC or not. I mean, it could be. I will do a quick BBC. Search.
I think it's like a BBC HBO type deal.
Oh, it's one of those co-productions.
Because the BBC can't make something good.
Whoa!
Oof.
Absolute.
I mean, the best stuff they have made has all been co-productions because they didn't really do anything with it. Noughts and Crosses was done by the BBC, and it's actually fairly recently.
Yes, I think it was this year.
It was this year, yeah. It was released early this year. I think it's probably on iPlayer at the moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm just going to rapid fire through some TikTokers.
Go for it.
Kyle the Cowboy, I'm mentioning him because we're like friends. He like does like theatre-y type stuff, kind of quirky, which is fun. Jaelyn Revis, who is, I think he does like comedy videos, but recently some of his comedy stuff has been sort of more social commentary, but it's, again, he's funny, he's American. Garden Marcus, who is probably the most wholesome human being I've ever met. He's a black guy who just talks about gardening and like trying to grow certain plants. Like there was a whole series of him explaining how you grow a pineapple, or how you can take like plants that look like they're dying at a garden store for like $2 and then like bring them back to life. It's all, and it's just wholesome. Cool. And he's got the most amazing voice. Devon on Deck he's a black guy, and it's all about male fashion, which is awesome. And like, he's a bigger guy, so for me, even though I'm trying to lose weight, it's cool to know like sort of fashion trends and stuff that would suit my body type more. And also he does anime stuff. Sami Eden, he's a black Muslim, and he does like Muslim facing content, but also about being black. Rich black guy, he sort of does like kind of anime type stuff. He's kind of like imagine like the old Viners who did really high production stuff, but seems like a legitimately good person.
Yeah.
And then Juicy Saft, who he's kind of like Filthy Frank. So he's just out there. He's wacky. I know he's doing less TikTok stuff because the stuff he does push like the community guidelines, but he does a lot on Twitter and Instagram.
Nice.
And then I got some YouTubers, but I think we all can discuss. I don't know if you guys want to discuss YouTubers or if you guys have any in mind.
I've got quite a few.
Yeah, so
I just like content creators.
I'll mention the YouTubers when we talk about that in general.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I just thought because I was the only one who did TikTok, so I thought I'd just rapid fire through those at the beginning.
Fair.
Oh, nice.
I mean, just I guess going back and also being in transition to another form of media. When I was younger, one of my favorite book series that I read was Alex Cross. The what's his name? Fucking James Patterson kind of series of books about black detective in New York, I believe it is. Shit, it's been a while since I read them. And they've adapted a couple of those into movies. So they did Kiss the Girls and Along Came a Spider with Morgan Freeman. And then I think they just did Alex Cross, and it was with shit, I can never remember his name. He's very, very famous in America for the Medea movies. Medea? Does Christmas? 1 second.
My brain is
I can never remember his name. He's like massive in America, and he's like, 1 second. 1 second. He was in Gone Girl as like the lawyer or the PR person. This is really annoying that I can't remember his name. It's just literally Tyler Perry. Fuck.
That's the one.
Oh, Tyler. Okay.
Yeah. So
I thought you should have said the director of the Medea movies.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Everything about the Medea movies, it's just like his thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I absolutely loved this series growing up, and it was, I don't know, it was never like because of like the situation around it. It was just I thought they were really cool stories, and like the relationship between him and his friend, and them in the community around them, but also the very graphic and quite dark, especially in the earlier books, kind of murders that were going on. It was just like it was all a bit of me when I was younger. But the movies, I've never liked any of the movies because I always thought they got the casting completely damn wrong. Like, I really like Morgan Freeman, but I always thought he was too old to play him. Like, in my head, Alex Cross was like 35 to 40. He was still meant to be quite active, him and his friend.
Yeah.
And having Morgan Freeman come in, because this was around the time that he did Seven as well, for me, he was already too old for that role.
Yeah.
And when they brought Tyler Perry, I thought it was a better casting for the age and stuff, but I didn't get that physicality that I imagined when I read it. And I remember reading it, and it was around the time that I watched the Firefly movie Serenity, and the actor like that plays the assassin in it, and I really hope I don't butcher his name, but Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck! The moment I saw him on screen, I was like, "That's Alex Cross." They're gonna do an Alex Cross movie with him because he's amazing, and he's just gone from strength to strength. And they've never done an Alex Cross movie with him. So if there's anyone in Hollywood listening, please, for the love of God, make him Alex Cross because he is perfect in every fucking way. He's a
fantastic actor.
He's an incredible actor.
Everything he does.
Like I've never seen him do something that I'm like, oh, he wasn't great in this. He's just always fantastic.
He was
and
the only
for me,
good part of Doctor Strange.
Of what? Sorry,
Doctor Strange.
Strange.
Yeah. He's in Doctor Strange.
Oh, he's in Doctor Strange. I didn't hear Doctor. I just heard Strange.
He's like, oh, he's strange. I'm like,
no, he was the highlight of Doctor Strange.
Read the room.
Shit. Even like he's got a tiny little like role in Love Actually. He's like Keira Knightley's husband that is in like 3 minutes worth of the movie. He's even just great, just chilling in that. Like I've never seen him in something that I haven't loved. I think like his big breakthrough thing was 12 Years a Slave, but
yeah.
Like he's done so much. So yeah, for me, if there is anyone in Hollywood listening, please hire this man to be Alex Cross and do Along Came a Spider again, but do it properly. Even do it as a miniseries because that is such a fantastic book, and he would be so perfect in that role. Oh my God, why hasn't that been done before?
You know what's really nice to hear?
What?
It's nice to hear that like Sully, you've talked a lot about like Black authors and like Black TikTokers and stuff that you really like. Luca, you've kind of delved into the whole kind of media side, specifically like adaptation or what you'd like to see and all this sort of stuff. And I'm completely alien to both of them, so it's just nice to hear all the. I mean, I'm not as much alien to the the media side, like adaptation stuff.
Sure.
But hearing about all these Black authors and like Black creators and stuff, it's just nice to hear, because I haven't really, I feel bad because I don't know a lot.
Sure.
And it's like, it's just nice to hear these things.
But I think for a lot of that is like depends on like
artists.
Oh, please,
sorry, I interrupted you. Then go.
Oh, I don't think it's the sort of thing like anyone should feel bad about not knowing from areas of media or kind of things that they're not into. Because it's like, I mean, there's so much that I'm not into that there are amazing creators that I would never hear of, because it's just, TikTok is a prime example of that. I've never been on TikTok. It's not really a thing for me. I feel like I'm going to have to get into it for our sister channel, Bonus Stage. It's a gaming podcast.
Plug. Okay.
Plug. Yeah, if you've noticed recently that we haven't spoken about games, it's because we have now a gaming podcast, which we'll put in the description, Sully.
Sully, you do it, please.
But yeah, it's like I don't go on TikTok, so I don't see these creators. But the stuff that I am into, I make it kind of a thing to just see as many. Also, he's literally from around the corner from me. He's born and raised in Forest Gate, which is across the park from me. That's Forest Gate, so he's so close to me, and he's gone so far. And I love Chiwetel.
Nice, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, please continue with what I interrupted.
Can I talk about some artists that I really like?
Go.
Please do. Yeah.
So I found all of these people on Instagram initially, and I've done like bits and bobs of research on them. It's not compelling research, nothing like that. It's all stuff that's kind of like that. They've all inspired me in one way, shape, or form. And I'm gonna have to quickly look it up, but I'll talk about one first. Recently, I think it was last year, I went to a theater show. I think I talked about it on here as well. It was called Tree.
Yeah, you did.
Tree is created by Idris Elba, and I will butcher this name, but that's okay. I'm going to give it a go. Anybody who knows the name properly, just drop me a message. I'll appreciate it.
Phonetically would be helpful.
Idris Elba and Kwame Kwei-Armah. And Tree was amazing. Tree was very, it was all about kid going to South Africa, learning more about his past, learning more about how, was it apartheid?
Yes.
Yeah, how all that sort of stuff. And I left that show in, like, there was some very, very powerful moments in that show. So powerful. I was like, oh my God, I'm annoyed with myself because I don't know enough about my own culture and heritage and stuff. It made me want to research and look at all these things. So Tree was amazing. Anybody, please go see Tree. You guys in the podcast that I'm talking to, you guys have to see Tree.
Is it still out there to watch? Like, well, I guess not at the moment. But was it still on?
Because of the whole COVID-19 stuff, I don't know, and I know it was running last year.
And I remember you saying it was very interactive with the crowd.
Yeah, there was no there's no seating. You had to stand just off the stage, and the actors would move between you guys. It was awesome. It was so cool.
So I just had a quick little look on the Young Vic website, and it was shown from 29th of July 2019 to the 24th of August 2019. So I don't think it's still running.
Oh, but that was amazing.
It might be elsewhere.
It was so good. Yeah, and who's to say that it won't come back?
Yeah, exactly.
It was so good, and I would recommend it to anyone. I'd recommend the Young Vic to anyone. It was so good. They're such a great theatre company. But I digress. There's an artist on Instagram I like. He's called Levar Burton. Librabear. And he's a co-founder and director of a studio in London called The Line Animation.
Okay.
And The Line, they're a studio. I think I can't remember if they're in North or like Central. But they do lots of recently they've done like cool adverts and stuff, and they've done like their own animated projects. And they've done a lot. Well, I don't know if they've done a lot, but they've done quite a few music videos with the Gorillaz recently.
Oh shit!
So a lot of the animation you see in like Gorillaz music videos comes from The Line.
Nice.
And Levar Burton, Wesley Lewis is his name. He's a co-founder, and I'm a very, very big fan. His work is so cool. It's very anime inspired and all that kind of jazz. It's just very, very. it's just I wish I worked there. I wish I worked at the line.
You might one day.
Yeah, hopefully that'd be amazing. But yeah, there's Wesley Lewis. There's a guy called, I don't want to get his name wrong, so let me just quickly search it up. I think it's Marco Nilor. He's a LA-based concept artist.
Okay.
Let me just read through his bio on Instagram because it's so cool. HBO's Watchmen.
Oh shit!
Oh my god, yes.
You do be watching them.
Also, HBO's Watchmen at this point is even more topical, and like if you haven't watched HBO's Watchmen, watch it now. Like yes, it has the comic side of it going on, like the superhero side of it, but the majority of it is about race relations, and it is incredible.
Fine, I'll watch it.
Please watch it. Like if you have like I guess in America HBO, or in the UK or other places either Skybox sets or Now TV. I believe it's still on there to watch.
Yeah. So HBO's Watchmen, Black Panther,
nice,
Mortal Kombat, Injustice,
yes,
the game,
yeah,
Injustice, Magic the Gathering, and more.
Nice.
Damn.
So, and his artwork is insane, like constant source of inspiration.
Yeah,
this guy is sick at what he does, and dude, he's kind of like, he teeters on the edge of me being like, I'm so jealous that I'm not that level.
Yeah,
I wish I was that level, but he's so nice.
Yeah,
and he's just so cool. I aspire to be like him, or at least on the same level as him one day. I'm nowhere near there, but when I do, oh my god! I mean, look, he worked on HBO. He worked with HBO. He's worked with Warner Brothers. Is it Warner Brothers who work with
Mortal Kombat and
Mortal
Injustice?
Kombat?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. How sick is that?
He's got some.
That's so sick.
That is one hell of a credits list.
Yeah.
Jesus
honestly.
Christ. Yeah.
There's another guy. Sorry, I'm just gonna keep going like this.
Continue.
No, please.
Because we don't have any.
No, I mean I don't. I've got one off the top of my head. It's just, I guess while George is looking for his next one, I'll touch on mine. So when I read comics as a really young kid, but it was just like going to my newsagents, pick up the Spider-Man or the X-Men or something that was there. And the ones that were there were these like weird editions where they would take like a few issues and put them into one and release them in the UK. It wasn't like the proper actual comics. It was like these weird collected ones. And they weren't like trade paperback collected. It was like random stories. They would come out like once a month or once a down. It wasn't great. So I kind of fell off that, but then I kind of got back into it, and I was reading more Image comics, and specifically the Top Cow side of Image. And there was one comic that like really I fell in love with, and it was a comic called The Darkness. And the moment when I started reading The Darkness, it was during its Volume 3 run, which the artist was a guy called Michael Broussard. And like I didn't really know anything of that. I just kind of like, oh, that's a cool looking comic. It's dark as hell. It's adult as hell. That's a bit of me. Fuck it. I was like a 14-year-old really wanting something super dark. And this guy's art was utterly amazing. And kind of after like years later, I kind of looked into it. And yeah, African-American artist who got started at Top Cow via one of their talent searches where they put out this casting call and like a really small spec script, and you kind of do some pages and some panels and you send in and they bring them in and kind of give you an opportunity on the comics. And this guy was so good that there was like, sweet, you can lead up The Darkness, which at the time it was The Darkness and Witchblade were their two flagships, and that was it at Top Cow. So this was a massive opportunity, especially in the independent space. And this dude's art is incredible. He went on to do Witchblade and also one of their kind of amalgamation ones called Artifacts, which was like that essentially like the Avengers of that universe, all the different kind of people came together into one. And the dude's artwork is amazing. So I kind of was looking at him before we started recording today along with you guys, and he went on to work at Marvel and then on Dark Horse, and is now working in video games. He worked with Mercury Steam on Castlevania's Lord of Shadows 2, the Lord of Shadows Revelation DLC, and Raiders of the Broken Planet, which is a game I'd never heard about. And then worked with Telltale Games on Batman, The Walking Dead Michonne, and Minecraft Story Mode. And he's now kind of working with other, like at the moment, he's kind of bouncing between as a freelancer. It's like, this man has some incredible artwork.
That's dope.
As like just a guy that kind of, he was part of the reason I got back into comics was his artwork. I remember seeing kind of the covers of these comics, and that's just immediately what drew me into it. So the fact that he's gone from strength to strength is just an incredible story to hear. And I mean, he's never listening to this, but I thank him for being as good as he is to get me back into an amazing medium.
Tweet him, boy.
Tweet him. I would tweet him. Thank you, Michael. But yeah.
Sick. I found my guy.
Go for it.
Guy's name is Deshaun Mahoney. Deshaun Mahoney. Don't know.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. He is the creator of a webcomic. I'm just reading from his bio, but I know I'm a big fan of him anyway. He created a webcomic called Valorous Tales, and it's very cool. It's been a long time since I've read it actually, but from a character design standpoint and how everything kind of fits together, he's a very talented artist and a very talented storyteller, which leads into his actual job. He is a storyboard artist for Cartoon Network.
Oh wow!
I'm a big fan.
I just found his thing.
He's worked on. I don't know exactly what he's worked on, but I think one of the most recent things is Craig of the Creek, which is it's a kid's show, obviously, but it's got a black leading character and stuff.
I think I think
Terry Crews is in it as well. Like, there's a huge black cat.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I've just searched for it. Craig of the Creek. It looks cool. It looks very Cartoon Network in its art style as well. It's very cool.
I'm a big fan, man. Yeah, Deshaun Mahoney, and there's another guy called Chase. I think it's Chase Conley.
Okay.
Let me just double check.
Chase Conley.
His Instagram handle is Saint Chase.
Saint Chase.
That's awesome.
Okay.
And he recently did a huge collection of illustrations, all from the X-Men.
Oh,
I found
now you're definitely speaking my language.
Oh my god.
They are sick, man.
God.
Let me just hang on. I'm going to put them in our private chat.
Oh, these are amazing. The Wolverine one is so cool.
I guess this is now an interactive episode. Play along at home. Search as we're doing.
Yeah. Chase Conley, Saint Chase.
I just
sick, man.
Just for anyone that does want to search him, when I heard Saint Chase, I put in ST Chase. It's not. It's Saint is in the full word.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad.
No, it's okay. It's just like
I got it right.
To...
So.
Oh, his artwork is very, very
that
good.
Magneto is amazing.
Very, very, very good. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. This dude, that's incredible work. Really incredible work.
And he does, I think if you just, because he posts them in a slider thing, so you can slide across.
Yeah.
On quite a few of them, he does because I think he does it all on Procreate on the iPad.
Oh!
So you can see the video timeline of him actually drawing it all out and stuff.
Oh, you bloody can as well. He does.
Which is very useful for artists like me, just to see other people's processes and how it all works.
Yeah.
And it's just very, very entertaining to watch. So, those are that's my list. So I mean, I know loads of others, but I can't think of them right now. Mythalica being one of them. Mythalica is very cool too. I think, but I'm not entirely sure because I haven't seen his face. I don't know if he's a black creator, but still, he does a lot of inclusivity. Like, he draws a lot of anime style characters like Goku and stuff, but he kind of puts his own black spin on things.
Okay.
So there's a black characters in that in the style of One Piece or in the style of Dragon Ball Z or all these kind of things, and that's very cool to see as well. So I'm a big fan of these guys, man. I'm
gonna find a way for us to put a list of all of this stuff, because I mean I can simply put the names in the description, but I want to find a way to make it even easier than that. But I don't know.
Are we able to do a blog post on our website?
I'll look into it.
If not, if not throughout the week, we can just keep tweeting them out and on our Instagram.
Yeah.
So if you've missed any of them, either kind of rewind and search, or just follow us on socials and visit our website. You can everything that we're talking about.
A really good thing for anybody who's a Twitter user, if you type in the hashtag #drawingwhileblack, is incredible. There's just a whole host of artists, all black artists, posting their work on Twitter for this. And I was just scrolling through it earlier today, and I was just blown away by so many of them. I was like, oh my God, this is why am I not at this level yet? It's frustrating.
You will be.
I mean, George, you're still very young and it's very early in your career. We all
very
are.
young. very young.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm 60, mate.
Compared to me, you guys are old. So
Shut the fuck up.
You see?
I'm closer to 30 than I am 20 now.
Yeah. Oh, me too. Oh, don't say that.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm saying it.
Well, you're 26, aren't you?
Yeah, just turned.
ha.
25. Fuck you.
Shit. 23.
Shut up,
I remember when I was 23. I didn't know shit.
I'm in my last level of like easy stage. So like,
Yeah.
Next year it gets real hard for you.
Yeah, dude. Honestly.
Okay. I think we should dive into a topic that we were going in before we actually started recording. So let's go in on it now. Is music.
yeah, go.
Dude.
So George, do you want to like
Number.
jump on what you were telling us before we started recording about the thread that you found?
Oh, yeah.
Please,
sure.
yeah, because this is fantastic.
Okay, so
Delicious.
this is just like the let's go on Twitter and talk about it shit.
Well, I mean,
That's a great
that's
resource.
interestingly where a lot of the conversation is happening at the moment is on Twitter and
Yeah,
Reddit.
Very
Like
true.
those are the two places that I see a lot of it coming from. Like, I guess I've said ages back on this podcast that I wasn't a big fan of the way that Twitter works. I recently found out about TweetDeck, and I'm now quite liking Twitter because I can use it exactly how I want to do. Where I don't see people's likes, I just see
What a
retweets
boomer.
and actual.
Such a
It's so much better, and this is how you should have this option built into the.
Why don't you
Twitter.
like my likes? My likes are great.
It's
Okay.
because Sully, I don't want to see a bunch of busty females when I'm on the train.
They're not always.
What? All right, let me get into this now. So growing up, I was very much. I mean, now I kind of listen to all kinds of music.
Mm.
I don't limit myself to anything.
Mhm.
But while I was in school and while I was growing up, my taste was very skewed towards heavy metal, like rock music, all this sort of stuff, all the great bands. But I did feel for a while like it was very, very difficult for me to find bands that had like a black leading man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, you know, it was hard, being a bit of a musician myself. It was kind of hard to relate to that scene because I was
Yeah.
like, I don't see any black leading men.
Yeah.
But this guy on Twitter called Metalcore Shane, at Metalcore Shane, but with every E, it's a 3 instead.
Nice.
Damn, that's
Um,
metal.
There's metal. as
That's
fuck.
metal.
His Twitter post said, "Fuck it, thread of black fronted bands in the heavy music scene." This is literally the thing I've been looking for years
Yes.
of my life. I've wanted this for so long, and the thread is awesome. It's just constant, and other people have like jumped on it as well, posting more and
That's
more
good.
and more and more. Like, you know, if I just read out a few, if you guys don't mind.
Please do.
You know, you
Yeah.
got a guy called Lahan Witherspoon from Sevendust. Have you guys listened to Sevendust?
Yeah.
No.
Sevendust is sick,
They are
man.
fantastic.
So good. Fever 333.
Oh, so
Luca
I
likes them.
went in on this before, and I would try and contain my love for this band. So one of the bands I saw last year was Fever 333. I think it was just around Camden. It was like, I can never remember the place. It's like a stop up after Camden or two. So with me and a couple of friends, 2 girls that I go to pretty much all gigs with. They're 2 mixed race girls, and this is a band which is basically like the modern Rage Against the Machine, where all of their music is about what's going on in America, racial inequality, police brutality and stuff. And they are one hell of a show. Like, their music is fantastic. Their show was fantastic. And just that energy that you get was so incredible. And I mean, I guess diving into it like I did before, the lead singer has started up a kind of a publishing arm and like help for kind of black people in the rock scene, because it tends to very much skew white.
Yeah.
So to help out that. And they brought on 2 girls who are a band called the Nova Twins, which annoyingly, just before this COVID, I bought tickets for the 3 of us to go see them, and we didn't get to see them because of the crisis going on at the moment. Really hope to see them after. And the bunch of them did this kind of medley of mashup of songs, one of which was Old Town Road, but this like really fantastic metal version, and it was incredible.
That's sick, man.
And honestly, if you are interested in kind of any sort of rock music or rap rock music, Fever 333 are incredible, and yeah, I cannot rate them enough.
Honestly. So, more people on this list. You've got Straight Line Stitch,
Never heard of them.
Alexis Brown,
Yeah.
Female Led, And to be fair, this picture that I can see, she looks cool as fuck. You got Bad Wolves, Volumes,
I love
Oceano,
Bad Wolves.
Jesus Peace, Killswitch Engage.
Yes!
I mean, Howard Jones did sing for Killswitch, but I don't think he's the leading man now.
No, it's
Luca,
gone back to Jesse, which is the original singer of that. But Howard Jones's new band is Light the Torch. So you search for Light the Torch, they've dropped an album, and they did have, the band was called something else in between him leaving Killswitch Engage and them being called Light the Torch, but there was a conflict with their drummer who then left and kept the original name, so they're now under Light the Torch. Search them, they are incredible. If you're a fan of Jesse, oh my God, Jones's voice is perfection. It's like, honestly, it's like opera meets metal, but with this amazing gent in the background. Oh, who doesn't love that?
Oh, I love a bit.
Yes, mate, I know you do. Yeah. I mean, that's another one, Misha Mansour,
yeah.
Fucking, oh my God. Which,
I completely forgot about him.
I only found out the other day, and this is very much a detour. So Misha Mansour helped on Halo 2 Anniversary by writing a bunch of the soundtrack for Halo 2 Anniversary. So he helped rework Halo 2 Anniversary. So if you go and listen to it, Misha's gent is throughout this soundtrack, which is kind of something that was so prevalent in the original one, was like a bunch of rock bands like Incubus back then. So it's kind of modernized it, and it is fucking amazing. So good.
We can talk about that a lot more on our bonus stage podcast, which is gaming related. So thought I'd throw that in there so we don't annoy everyone else with gaming stuff.
Yeah, so we will, like, if you're interested, so this week on bonus stage, we were going to be talking about Black video game creators specifically, just like this, but very much focused on video games. So if you're interested in that, please go either follow, subscribe. It's on YouTube and pretty much all podcast services at this point. I believe we've been accepted into iTunes now. Well, because if going through Anchor, it takes a while to get onto iTunes.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it's all up there. If you want to see our faces and the media we're talking about visually, there's a whole video component on YouTube. So please go subscribe and watch there. That would be fantastic and a big help for us.
But just a quick fire through a couple of these. Dropout Kings, Inferius, Varials, God Forbid, Candiria. I think that's how you say it. Fire from the Gods.
Sick name. Cool name.
Sepultura, Body Count with Ice-T.
Body Count is so good. What? Ice-T's metal bands. Oh my God. Sully, if you've not heard of them,
cool.
Go listen to it. It is just Ice-T doing his Ice-T thing with just hard metal in the background. It's so good.
So cool.
You got Kayanashi and the last one. Well, there's loads more in this list, but the last one I'm going to say is Skindred.
Skindred. Oh, again, like I was chatting before, and I'm just throwing this out there again. My second gig I ever went to, the first one was Prince. The second one was Incubus. And Skindred.
The first one was Prince?
Yeah, Prince was my first concert.
That's so good. What the
Mate, it was incredible. So my second concert I ever went to was Incubus, and Skindred were their support. And I'd never heard of Skindred before. And within 2 songs, the entire crowd was just going for it. And it was like, the fact that Incubus had a hard time following up their support shows just how good Skindred are. I mean, I love Incubus, one of my favorite bands ever, but Skindred blew the fucking roof off that place. It was amazing. And there is one band that I want to throw out there as well, because it's a band that I absolutely love and very much a band to listen to at the moment. They're called Zeal and Ardour. I don't know if you've heard of them. Started by a guy, I think he's Swiss American. The guy's name is Manuel Gagnu. There's an X in it. I don't know how you pronounce the X. It's Swedish. But yeah, so I'd done a bunch of music beforehand, and apparently the story is that he was on 4chan, and put a post out there saying, like, what kind of music should he make? And someone said, oh, we should make black metal music. And someone else used a racial slur and said, music. I think you know the word I'm saying. So as his response, he went, all right. So it's now fused black metal and like what's dubbed as Negro spiritual music together. And it is honestly one of the most artistically fantastic pieces of like music that I've listened to in years. The first album that came out was I think it's called The Devil Is Fine. It's a really, really good album. Mm-hmm. But his second album is called Stranger Fruit. And holy shit, from beginning to end, that is incredible. It flows so well from there's a song called Gravedigger's Chant, which I think is the second song on this album. And it's very much like, it feels bluesy. It has this kind of pulsatiness to it. And there's another song that it just kind of blends into where it kind of starts really cool, nice drum beat, and it just hells in. He's screaming in it, but it's almost used as a texture, as an instrument more than kind of actual vocals. So it's in the background to this really bluesy, soulful voice, and the blending of it. I could speak about them all day. They're incredible.
That's so
yeah.
cool.
So Zeal and Ardour, go listen to it. Go listen to Stranger Fruit, the album, on whatever service, because they are incredible.
I will. On my walk later today,
Dude.
I will be listening.
Yeah, let me know what you think about them as well, because oh my god, dude.
Yeah, I'll make sure I just make a playlist of them real quick.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, I think off the top of my head, that's all the music ones that I have had kind of lined up to speak about.
Well, I've got a lot of musicians in my head that I would like to talk about still.
Please bring them.
That are metal. I mean, I had a bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a couple of months where I was kind of struggling with my own identity. I think it was around the time. Remember when we had like a podcast and I was talking about Havas and stuff?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So I'm not in that anymore. I don't really think about that too much anymore. But Leanne Havas is an artist that is amazing, and you should all check out because her voice is like silk. Oh, dude.
Okay.
She's incredible. I love her. I need to tell her that.
Sully, what episode was the number that we did that on that people can go listen to that?
There was a number involved.
Yeah. There was a caption as well.
Yeah. There was definitely a title.
Sully, his eyes right there was like sheer panic. I loved it so much.
But during that period of time, I wrote down a couple of artists that made me feel a type of way.
Okay.
And it was like, I put them as like, in my notes app, I called it artists that make me feel black.
Okay.
Because, being mixed race and stuff, it's nice to just see everything, listen to everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I know the episode.
Yeah?
Go on.
I think it's called We'll Talk About Race.
Yes.
That sounds about right.
I think that's true, actually. Yeah.
Episode 70-something.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So if you go listen to it.
So in my list, I've got Her. You guys heard of Her?
The artist.
Her name is Her.
Yeah, sorry, because I always get mixed up between like whether people are talking about the artist or the movie.
Oh no.
Sorry.
So yeah, you got Her. Her's on my list. She is amazing. Her voice is incredible. Listen to it. Dudes, listen to it. She's great. Anderson .Paak.
Yes, mate. The Malibu album is one of my favorite albums from that year. Just front to back is perfect.
Anderson .Paak is amazing.
Dude.
Thundercat recently has been in my ears all the time. Earworm everywhere.
Okay.
Thundercat is amazing. He recently released an album called It Is What It Is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's so good. It is what it is. And that's a great album. Oh my God. And like the one before that, I can't remember the name of it though. Oh, I think it was called Drunk, I think, that album.
I'll have a look.
He's an incredible artist. He's a bass player. And bass playing frontman. He's insane.
Ooh.
He's incredible. And he's a big anime fan as well. So
nice. Nice.
Like if you look at his Instagram, he's paired up with I don't know if he's paired up with them or he's just representing them for a little bit. A clothing brand called Hypeland.
Okay.
Hypeland are black-owned, black-run, and they post. They have anime, like I think it's licensed anime content and anime clothes. So there's like, what is it? They've got a Naruto hoodie, but it's all like tie-dyed and stuff. And you've got like Naruto in the middle. You've got an Orochimaru one, a Sasuke one, a Kakashi one. Oh, dude. They sell like this Naruto eating ramen as a rug. Dude, I want it so bad.
I'm going to have to find this place.
Okay, so the album that you did before was called Drunk, and then the year after there was a remix album called Drank, which is remixes of the album.
Yeah, it's sick.
Oh,
so you've got Thundercat, and then... Yeah, Sully, you'd go crazy.
Sully's falling in love and about to spend way too much money.
It is sick.
And they're doing Black Lives Matter stuff. That's awesome.
Yes, they are.
Fantastic.
And another one called Kamasi Washington. Kamasi Washington is he a classical
American saxophonist?
He's a sax player.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
I haven't listened to like his albums and stuff, admittedly, but I've like caught a few songs. Specifically, one song which made me listen to him quite a lot was called Street Fighter Mass.
Yeah,
and I was like, this is amazing. Mm-hmm. This is such a cool song.
I think that's like his top song on all the services is that one.
Yeah, it's cool. Amazing. And then you've got the Free Nationals, which is Anderson .Paak's band, but they've now gone on to do more of their own stuff as well, which is super sick. And they did an NPR Tiny Desk concert recently.
Yes, they did.
Which was super sick.
Oh, I love Tiny Desk.
You should watch it.
Yeah, that video is incredible. Like the Tiny Desk sessions, just for like people that are into music, are fantastic because they're super stripped back. But theirs was, I love theirs.
Oh man, it's so cool. And one of them, SZA. I don't know if you guys have heard of SZA. SZA.
Yeah, from
she was on the Black Panther.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar.
No, yeah, I know her music.
Yes,
she's great, guys. These are a couple of artists, but the more I'm thinking about, there's like Kehlani, Masego. Trying to think of other ones now, other mixed race guys. Mahalia, I think she's mixed race. Dude, I love them all. So, yeah, those are my collection of black artists, mixed race artists that I was big fan of.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any more shout-outs?
I can add one because obviously I'm not the biggest music person. I mainstream stuff mostly.
Sure.
But my favorite jazz musician ever, and again I don't know too much music stuff. He's a guy called Art Blakey. From he was prevalent in the 60s and 70s. His band was Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers.
That's such a cool name.
George, have you watched Kids on a Slope?
No, I haven't.
The anime. That Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers are the musical inspiration for that anime.
Wow.
And the music itself of that band plays a massive role in the anime in itself.
That's amazing.
So
I will be on that.
That's what kind of got me into jazz.
Nice.
To be honest. So, and I'll always be like, Alexa, play Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. And I'm like, and I hope I set someone's Alexa off. whilst I'm just chilling out. But yeah.
I didn't even think that would mess with someone.
That's the only thing I can add to this. But I mean,
no, that's good.
You guys gave loads.
Yeah, we should totally compile a list of all this stuff and like post it.
Yeah, there's one that I'm trying to remember, and it's really annoying that I can't. Vamp for me real quick.
Sully, you can be a bottle of water, and I'm gonna be a really thirsty guy. Okay. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Hey, man, you need to be refreshed.
Oh my god, I am so desperate. I haven't drank anything in like 2 days.
You can't have all of me because wait, no, he's okay. Here you go, drink me.
Thank you.
Thank you for vamping so quickly for me. This is great. Yeah. No, an album that I think beginning of this year kind of came across, a friend recommended it to me. It's by Betty Davis called Nasty Gal, and it is so good. It's like, I think it was released in like 1975. I want to say 1975. Wow. It's something that, by the sounds of it, it wasn't very big at the time, but listening back to it now, it is fantastic. It has this kind of raw American funk to it. But it's like American funk meets kind of soul music. I think Betty Davis was, Miles Davis's kind of wife for a period of time, with like a year or something. But dude, like the album Nasty Gal, it's not girl, it's gal, because that's where I messed up searching for it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic, and like the actual song that it kicks it off with, Nasty Gal, is like, definitely give that a listen. It is, if you're into kind of soul funk, that's up there for me.
Absolutely. Nice. Yes. Excited. This has been a cool episode.
Love it.
I've been very into this.
Just us like rambling on about cool arts.
Yeah.
That we love.
We can go into YouTubers now. If you guys
go for it.
Any, I've got George, you want to go?
Marques Brownlee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Massively.
legend. He released a great video recently about reflecting on the color of his skin, which is also the title of Neil deGrasse Tyson's. He made like a big blog post about it, which I haven't read yet, and I would like to read it.
Okay.
But basically about the whole, Black Lives Matter movement that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's been going on forever, but
yeah,
heightened right now. Marques Brownlee, Caleb City.
Oh yeah.
I love Caleb City. Caleb City. Mighty Keith. He's a fighting game creator, but he's so fucking funny, man. It probably might be a bit of a niche comedy, but for all fighting game fans, and I'll probably say this again on bonus stage.
Yeah.
Cracks me up hard. He's so funny. And one that I haven't really subscribed to, but every time I'm on Twitter and I see his videos, I will stop and watch them, is King Vader. I don't know if anyone's heard of King Vader.
No.
Guys. I mean, Sully, for you especially, because you're an anime fan.
Yeah.
He is just awesome. Oh, I just thought of another one. There's a black stuntman called Guiteau Silva.
Guiteau Silva,
yeah.
yes.
Guiteau Silva's awesome.
Yeah.
Guiteau Silva on YouTube. He did a My Hero Academia kind of stunt video. It's like 10 minutes long, or it might be like a bit longer than that. And it's amazing. It's incredible.
I mean,
it's so good.
I guess if anyone's watched the Corridor Crew channel, they've come across Guiteau Silva for the Stuntman Reacts series. And his stuff is fantastic. He's been in a bunch of the Marvel movies.
I think
he was Black Panther.
He was Black Panther. He was also just like a stuntman, and I guess like stuntman / extra, because he's in the scenes with like Captain America. He was in the was it the elevator scene? Yeah. He's fantastic. And he seems like such a nice guy as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
For a guy that's like goes around kicking people's ass all the time, it's like, he just seems. I'd love to just sit down with him and chat with a pint of beer. It's just such a good guy.
Okay. Does your body hurt?
That's why we have the beer.
Do you want me to look after you?
I like that. I typed in King Vader. One of the first videos that came up was Hood Game of Thrones Part 1.
Yep.
It's amazing.
It's so funny, man.
It's good.
That's so
Honestly,
cool.
He's great. And he credit to him. He puts a lot of work into it as well. You can see it. You can see the amount of work he puts into his videos. And I'm a big fan. Caleb City makes me laugh.
Oh yeah, Caleb City's
they're
great.
all amazing. They're all great.
I mean, I'll go quickly. Mika Burton is one. She's not really like a YouTuber. And I didn't really know for a while, but she's LeVar Burton's daughter.
Oh my god!
And I didn't even know that whilst I was watching her. And then like I think she joined like Rooster Teeth, and they kept on making jokes about, oh, can your dad come? I was like, what do you mean her dad? And it's like, oh, it's LeVar Burton. I'm like, oh, okay. So like she's like she for a long time she was a commentator for the Overwatch League. She does cosplay stuff as well. And then there's Shofu, who does like Pokemon type videos, and I mean I like Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then for me the biggest one, because I think I grew up watching his stuff, and like I feel I have this kind of bond to him, and like age wise I think it's like your guys' age, so it's like, but
like 60, 70.
Yeah,
Nice.
Late 90s.
How dare you.
William Haynes.
Oh, William Haynes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
I know William Haynes.
I don't really know how to like describe him because he does everything.
Yeah.
Like he's like a comedian / politics stuff. Was at SourceFed for a long time. Ran for mayor in LA.
Did he really?
Yeah, in 2017, he just ran for mayor.
Wow.
Now I think he's really concentrating on his music.
I love all around people.
Yeah, like to be honest, for someone who's not like a full-on musician, he's pretty good. And again, that is coming from someone who doesn't know a lot about music. But, and then I think he's got his like talk shows. So yeah, I mean, I think for me, William Haynes is like the big dog when it comes to that.
That's cool, man.
How much time do we have left, Luca?
Enough.
5 minutes?
Yeah, a few minutes.
Run over.
We'll be fine. It's cool.
Nah, I just want to quickly just go over some wrestlers.
Please, yeah. Let's end this with some cool wrestlers.
But in relation to wrestlers, I need to shout out Wale, the rapper.
Wale. That rings a bell.
I can't remember the name of the song. WALE.
Yeah. I can't
Basically,
remember.
Wale the rapper absolutely loves wrestling, and he every year around WrestleMania he has a show called Wale Mania,
Nice.
which is amazing. And WWE have had him on to do like rap battles. It's so great. I mean, just some obviously legacy ones. People like Booker T.
Yeah.
Who like was the first like face of being a black wrestler. I think in WCW. I don't think he was the first. No, because the first black world champion was a guy called Ron Simmons. I think you guys will probably know him. Like, do you guys know that wrestler who just goes around saying "damn"? Have you seen gifs like that? Like that was like his jokey thing at the end of his career. Like he was the first ever black world champion, which is amazing. I mean, you've got modern day people like Kofi Kingston, who after 11 years finally became WWE champion, and then you've got I mean his tag team partners Xavier Woods and Biggie. And Biggie is like Xavier Woods has a YouTube thing.
Xavier Woods I've seen a bunch of. Like he does a bunch of gaming stuff. He's a dude that just seems so fucking chill. I love him.
Him, Biggie, and Kofi Kingston, like in my eyes, are the face of are the biggest names in the faces of black wrestling.
Okay.
And for the past 5 to 6 years have been the ones kind of being like, okay. And now all these other black wrestlers have started. I mean, they've been black wrestlers forever, but like now, before it was kind of seen as wrestling was a white guy's thing, and now it's not. Everyone's there.
Yeah.
I mean, just to go on some fantastic for more like showpiece wrestlers like Ricochet is amazing. One of my favorite wrestlers, the Velveteen Dream, who is just a fantastic wrestler, psychologist in the ring. And just amazing. And I think he's like my age. Leo Rush, again, who I think is my age, although I think he's stopped wrestling now.
Okay.
And then I guess Sonny Kiss, who is at AEW. I'm Cedric Alexander, who's amazing. And I mean, obviously, I'd be remiss to not speak about female wrestlers. Sasha Banks, who is also Snoop Dogg's cousin.
Nice.
She is one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen. Naomi, who, George, remember there was that GIF of a wrestler? That's her.
Yes.
That one. Sorry,
cool.
I remember that.
Fuck.
That's
She's
her.
Sick.
Going back in the past, Jazz, who was like, have you guys heard of the wrestler Chyna?
It rings a bell.
That rings a bell.
Really rings a bell.
She was like really buff and strong.
Again, rings a bell, but that's all it does.
Basically, she was just like Chyna, and like she was so strong she could compete against men.
Damn.
And she still wrestles now, and she's awesome. And then you can talk about the likes of Kamala, who is
Chyna's jacked.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And Jazz is also jacked. Kamala, I mean, I can mention Brandy Rhodes, who she doesn't really wrestle, but she does a lot of stuff for women's wrestling.
Holy shit, Jazz is jacked.
Jazz is jacked. God, I mean, the list just goes on and on. Am I missing anyone big? I don't want to miss anyone out, but yeah. I'm sure I've forgotten someone, but I like that over the past few years, black wrestlers have been, and it was especially surrounding Kofi Kingston, because people were like, there's not been a lot of black world champions. I could probably count them on my hands. Oh, I mean, sorry, going back, I can't forget Mark Henry. World's strongest man, Mark Henry, who I sent George a video of his retirement speech, which every time I watch it, I'm close to tears. He's wearing the salmon jacket. He comes out to the ring, John Cena's world champion. John Cena comes to say thank you for being an amazing wrestler, being a face of the company. Goes to hug Mark Henry, and Mark Henry fucking destroys him. And is one of the most perfect pieces of wrestling ever.
I love that.
Nice.
So cool. And I need a salmon jacket. But yeah, I think
that's it. I think that's
yeah.
what we've got time for.
I think there is one quick shout out I just want to do because we'd never really dived into the movie side of it, which is like absolutely fine. But there's a movie that was released last year called Just Mercy, which annoyingly didn't get a lot of people in the cinemas to watch it. It is a fantastic film, and it's very, very topical at this point. It's all about kind of essentially America's racist police force in a nutshell and kind of law system. If you are an American listener, it is currently free to watch pretty much on all services in America. Go and watch it. It is... I mean, even if it wasn't about the topic that was very topical at the moment, you have Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan doing incredible performances in it, let alone an incredible kind of piece of direction and storytelling. It's just a very, very good film. And yeah, especially because you don't have to pay anything to watch it. Take some time and give it a view.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Free things are even better when they're free.
they are. Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, that's really the last thing I wanted to shout out there.
Quick shout out to John Boyega for just being, in Pacific Rim, you've got like Idris Elba, and you're like, oh, this man could be a leader. But in real life, John Boyega is a leader.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there was that kind of speech that he made, which is kind of like, he's not good. He doesn't know if he's going to have a job the next day.
I swear, if Disney fucks him over, I'm gonna.
Are you kidding me? Like, the support from pretty much every production studio was the opposite of what he was expecting. Was kind of like, big support.
Yeah, but they also made him really small on the China poster. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't think we should dive into China's issues. But that's a China issue.
We won't talk of that.
Yeah.
But lastly,
shout out to George.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're an artist, baby boy.
Oh,
you're a content creator, mate.
I love your art.
I was gonna just
and
quickly
singing.
I was gonna quickly give a shout out to Latoya from the Hanging with the Homegirls podcast, because she's a great friend. She's a great friend of ours, and I've been on her podcast once, and I would like to be on there more so because it was a lot of fun recording.
Yeah, I feel like we've all been on their podcast over the course of time, and it's always been a good bit of fun. Yeah. And we've had her on this podcast a while back, and we should definitely have her on. Again.
She was definitely our whenever someone wasn't available.
Yeah,
she would come in.
It was just awesome.
So thank you.
And also shout out to Keeping It Culture, who are also our friends, who we don't actually shout out enough. I mean, made up of two of mine and Luca's work colleagues. Tyrone and Mikey.
Yeah, they are definitely fantastic, and you should go check them out as well.
Yeah.
Amazing. But yes, that's been it. This is the end now. No more. Let's not talk about anything else anymore.
Okay.
Ever.
We're done.
That's it, is it?
All right.
I won't say no more words.
Okay. So 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to
this. Sorry, I thought
you can find us Good Podcast, Radio Hava.
Yes. Thank you for listening, guys. And we appreciate
Thanks for listening, guys. Yeah, it's been great.
Every single time.
Everyone.
Let me finish. You can find us on all great podcasting services, be it Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, all that jazz. You can find us on Radio Hava at 6 p.m. GMT on a Tuesday. You can find us at slapduck.com. We upload all of our episodes there. There's also a contact form there if you want to give us some cool black-fronted artists or black businesses that you are a big fan of and you want to send our way. We appreciate it. We want to see it. We want to hear it. So
I will definitely look into seeing if I can make like a blog thingamabob on there.
Yeah,
because I'd love to do that as well.
At the very least, it will be tons of posts on Twitter and Instagram. And for like we mentioned before, we have our gaming podcast as well. That goes out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We will be talking pretty much this same episode, except all about the games industry. And on those social medias, we'll be doing the exact same from game-related stuff. So Sully will add all of those details into the description.
Yeah, man, I'll do it. It's easy. Copy and paste.
Yeah. But yeah, on Twitter it's Bonus Chat Pod, and on Instagram it's Bonus Chat Podcast.
I thought it's bonus stage.
Oh fuck me. Yeah, it's bonus stage.
You're the producer.
Yeah, I know. And I can keep getting messed up. It's Bonus Stage Pod and Bonus Stage Podcast.
George, we need you to come up with a podcast to produce now. So
yeah, I'll come up with the music one.
Yeah,
that's what I'll
mate.
do.
Yes.
But then you get a new host because I can't.
And you can call it Bonus Tracks, and we can make it onto
Also,
the
when
thing.
I'm not in Birmingham anymore, I'll probably do it when I'm in London. But yes, thank you for listening, everyone. We'll see you again next week when we probably talk about puberty stories again. Why not?
Yeah, man.
Let's go for it.
Unless the world gets worse, and then it'll be about the world.
True.
Or we can dedicate it all to, Rain of Fire. Who knows?
Oh shit!
Yeah,
you had to say it.
true.
You had to say it. Couldn't get through one episode without you guys saying it. Fine.
I mean, we got very close to me forgetting about it.
Me too, because I forget every week.
All right, yeah.
Stay tuned for a Manscaped review next week.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for listening, guys.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we going to stop recording?
I mean, we can stop recording.
Yeah. 3,
2.
Is there?
2.
Well, unless you want. Oh shit.
That's it.
Oh,
no!
3. What happened?
3, 2, 1.